it going, everybody? Welcome back. And if you're new here, my name is Louie, and I've been living in this van for exactly 3 years. Today we're gonna do something a little different on the channel than you normally see here. You guys have seen YouTubers before on my channel. In the rare instance when I actually do get to have a YouTuber on the channel, I like to cook for them if I can. So today, Louie in the van is going to be here with us today. We're going to cook Louie some Margarita Pizza. Now, Louie is a vegan normally, and as I've heard, as he's told me, he will eat cheese, sometimes like real cheese. So I'm gonna make this a cheat day for Louie today. We're gonna cook him a margarita pizza, and like I said, he is vegan primarily. He has eaten meat before and things like that, but he does, like I said, he did tell me that he would eat cheese. So usually on my channel, last year I made a pizza for my anniversary, and I was gonna do that this year, but I didn't. As you guys, if you didn't see the last video, I just made a video about you know, my experience of 3 years on the road living in this van, instead of doing like my normal camp and cook video. But so I figured I would just carry that over today and make a pizza and keep that tradition alive for my anniversary here. And also because we are being graced with Louie's presence today, I want to feed him. You know, that's you know, like a timeless thing. You know, it's an icebreaker. You know, it allows you to you know, share food, share some conversation, you know, and break the ice a little bit here. So that's what I want to do. I want to cook for Louie this evening, and I got a few questions I'm going to ask Louie as I'm preparing the pizza, probably or in this evening at some point, because I want you guys to get to know Louie a little bit too. And you know, I've been spending the last couple of days here hanging out with Louie and getting to know him a little bit better. I have been watching Louie's channel for almost the whole time I think he's been doing YouTube, and I've been really proactive about you know, giving him some pushes forward and being supportive of Louie, because I think Louie really has what it takes to be a good YouTuber, and obviously he is a good YouTuber. So as you'll see, if you check out his channel, you'll see that, I'm sure. But I think Louie will go far in the YouTube life, and he's already had a few videos that basically went viral too. So he's doing a really good job. So I'd like you guys to meet him because I personally enjoy his company. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna cook some pizza and hang out and do a little talking here. It's like 80, I think it's like 81 or 82 degrees today. So I'm not going to be preparing anything inside the van today, because it's just going to get too hot, because I'm going to cook that pizza in the oven in the van. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to set the outside kitchen up, or at least part of it, and a little spot to hang out here and be a little bit more comfortable while I'm filming and while Louie's here hanging out. So let's go ahead and get some stuff set up. All right, so I got the basics of it set up at this point. You know, I just want to set up my fire pit, my chair, something to walk on, and my table over here where I can actually build the pizza and not be inside doing that, so I can talk to you guys and talk to Louie while we do that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna get everything ready and get it set up on the table here, and then I'll check back in.
Okay.
All right, I got everything set up here, and we got Louie in the van here with us. Say hi, Louie.
Hi, everybody.
And today, like I said, we're gonna cook Louie some pizza here. We're gonna make a margarita pizza. So, you know, I'm using the closest things to vegan as I can use that I can use in this, except for the cheese. Louie doesn't like the vegan cheese, and it's just as bad for, you know, a person with high cholesterol as regular cheese. So he says when he does eat pizza, he likes to enjoy normal cheese. So I did I did a one-up on that. So I got some fat-free cheese, mozzarella cheese, to make it lower in saturated fat, and then I got a regular cheese. So we're just kind of do a mix of both of those to make it a little better for Louie today. And then on the other things, obviously most of the crusts you're going to buy are going to be plant-based. This is one of the plant-based options they have at grocery outlet. So I bought that, and we're going to use some basil, and the only basil that they had was these living basil plants.
Oh, it's live.
So I'm not going to plant it, I'm going to eat the shit out of it instead of planting it, really, because I can't plant it in my van anyways. But so this is the only option that I got for that. And then we're going to use some Roma tomatoes. I know there's basically two different versions of margarita pizza. Some of them have tomatoes on them and some of them don't. I prefer myself having the tomatoes on them, and I'm sure Louie does too, because he is vegan. So I figured it would be good to throw that on there. And then I got this from grocery outlet too. This is just basically Simply. It's called Simply Go pizza sauce. So it's basically like this doesn't have a lot of ingredients in it, which is really good practice these days, to look at what the hell you're buying and make sure that they're not putting all kinds of preservatives in it. So I'm sure Louie will say too that he would rather eat something with less ingredients in it.
Thank you.
I'm sure. and then basically we're just gonna use some regular olive oil for it too. So that's the version of the pizza we're gonna make today. So I'm just gonna go ahead.
Good.
I'm just gonna go ahead and start getting this thing going.
I haven't had pizza in a while.
So I figured, you know, to help this situation along, I would ask Louie some questions. And we'd have Louie answer those questions, so you guys will get to know him a little better. If you don't know who he is, but probably all of you guys that watch my channel watch his channel and know who Louie is. And if you don't, go on over there and check some of his stuff out. He's a van lifer like me. So I guess I should ask him a question. How long have you been a nomad, Louie?
How long have I been a nomad? 5.5 years now.
Right on. Right on.
5.5 years.
What made you want to do that?
Well, I think, like a lot of people say, like a lot of YouTubers doing van life will say, they just didn't want to be part of that whole, you know, living in the city, around a lot of people, doing the typical lifestyle.
Right.
I did it my whole life, and when I retired, I just said, let's do something different.
Right, yeah. Do something a little bit out of the norm, and maybe travel a bit doing it. That's exactly why.
And then I was watching all these YouTube videos of people like you
right
doing van life, and I said, that's what I'm gonna do.
That's exactly the way I started too. I blame it on the Bob Wellses and the guys already behind me, like the Nomad Brads and those guys out there that are doing all that stuff.
Sure.
So, and if it wasn't for those guys, I'd still be depressed, stuck in my hometown, not enjoying the beautiful desert that we're standing in today, for sure. So I understand that completely. Yeah, I mean, van life pretty much, I said this in my last video, van life pretty much saved my life. And I'm not saying it stopped me from dying, but I'm saying it took me out of the bullshit of life. And it made it to where it was easier for me to survive, and easier for me to control my money and live more frugally, and live more with intention instead. So I know all of us van lifers and all of us bus lifers, You know, that's the goal, is to travel and be more intentional.
I think it's to me it's about freedom, because when you're living the typical life in in a town with a house and everything, there's so many responsibilities, and then when you move into a van, there's only one responsibility, really.
Right, your van.
Your van, that's
yeah,
it.
your van and you.
And I think that's what helps take a lot of stress off and pressure,
Right.
psychologically.
Right.
Because you don't have all those everyday things to think about.
Right.
But I think that also comes with not having a family, kids, you know, that whole thing.
I mean, I think it does too for me, because I don't have kids, and
Right.
you know, I wasn't.
It's a little easier for us.
I have been married and stuff in the past, but yeah, if I had kids, especially at my age, I'd probably still be raising those kids, or maybe they would just be adults, where they would be on their own and stuff. But,
And then there's all those issues.
right,
Once
right,
they're adults.
right. But not having any of that stuff really, you know, opened the door for me to be able to live this lifestyle. You know, because a lot of people are just stuck in life at that point. You know, they can't get out of that rat race, and they can't go and travel, and they can't do these things because they have to, you know, they have obligations like kids. So I'm not saying that I never wanted kids, but I'm saying that I'm thankful that I don't have kids, which, you know, even in saying that, most people would think that might be a bad thing to say, I guess. But this pizza dough is just all kinds of jacked up.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's really thin.
Yeah, it's like really thin, and
I'm trying to make it a square pizza into a round pizza, which I've done before. But
it's gonna look rustic. That's cool.
yeah. It'll look like one of those
It'll be artisan pizza.
Flame grilled, artisan pizza.
Yeah.
We'll get it there one way or another. But yeah.
If you've seen how I cook, you know. It's never pretty. It's all, I call it pioneer or rustic cooking.
And I've never used this dough before. Usually I get the Pillsbury stuff, but they didn't even have that.
I've never seen this.
They didn't even have the Pillsbury stuff in there, so we're just gonna make it kind of round, and then we're gonna put the crap on it and call it good. So.
And you won't even know the difference once all the shit's on it.
It'll bake, and it'll turn into a pizza one way or another. We'll just have a little bit of crust on it. It'll be a little thin.
Well, I really appreciate you cooking for me.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't have to cook tonight.
This is gonna be a sloppy mess of a pizza, but
nah, it'll be fine.
It'll be all right.
I know a lot of people don't eat the crust on their pizza.
Right.
I went out for pizza with somebody the other day, and he left all the crust.
So that's a good thing about Margarita
And
Pizza.
I love the crust. That's my favorite part.
Yeah. So usually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure there's no holes in this guy. And then when you do the Margarita Pizza, usually I'll do a little bit of olive oil, and then I'll actually flavor the pizza, which I forgot the flavoring stuff in the van. So I'm going to go grab that real quick. You like garlic?
Love garlic.
Great.
It's nice to have a chef cooking your food. A real cook. You can call you're a professional cook. You get paid for it.
Yeah, I do get paid for it. Doesn't mean I'm good at it most of the time. But... So basically, all I'm going to do for this guy is I'm just going to spread this olive oil around, and then I'm gonna actually season the dough, which is what I do all the time because I think it tastes a little better.
I've never heard of that. I don't think I've
season
ever
the
done
dough, and then the thicker Pillsbury stuff, like I'll season it, and then I'll pre-bake it for like 8 minutes, and then I'll build the pizza on it. But I'm not going to do that with this one because it's so thin. Because if I pre-bake this, then it's going to basically just cook the bottom already. So I'm going to go ahead and build this pizza entirely and then throw it in the oven. So I'm going to give it just a little bit of garlic.
Or a lot.
Right?
I overuse garlic. I always put a lot of garlic on.
Do that. And I got some basil too. I'm going to put basil leaves on this. But I'm also going to use basil for the crust. And I'm not trying to win any fucking awards with this pizza. I'm just trying to win Louie's heart with it. So we're just going to do it as we go. So I got another question for Louie. We'll ask Louie another channel. So Louie is a YouTuber. Louie is a YouTuber, and I want to know a little bit about that. So, how long have you been on YouTube, Louie? How long have you been doing that?
I've been on YouTube only a year.
Only a year.
Yeah, actually, I think it's a year, probably this month.
Right on, right on. Yeah, I've been on a little over a year, so we're about the same same time. Like we're both coming up together, so that's good. And I'm of the mind when I find like-minded individuals that make good content and are good people, that I want to invite them, you know, into my life and share those people with you. So that's why Louie's standing here on film, because Louie's he's a down-to-earth dude, and he's smart, and he knows what he's doing on YouTube, even though he doesn't think he does. You know, and I think the same thing. He probably thinks I know what I'm doing on YouTube, and I don't. So we're both in the same boat with that, yeah. I'm sure. What's your YouTube channel about, Louie?
It's basically van life, kind of like yours.
Right.
I know we have different subjects we may talk about, but it's me living full-time solo in the van, traveling around. Probably a little more emphasis on free camping, dispersed camping, BLM lands, and
right.
national forests.
Yeah, you do the same thing as I do. You don't pay for campgrounds a lot of the time.
No, not unless I need a shower really bad. Right. And I haven't had one in a while.
Right.
I'll pay for a campground.
Yeah, you guys don't know, Louie lives in a Chevy cargo van that he has. So he doesn't actually live in an RV type van like me. So I'm kind of spoiled, and I say that a lot in my videos because, you know I'm spoiled because I have a bathroom and stuff, and not a lot of nomads have the creature comforts that I have. So
I was surprised when I saw you had a bathroom in there.
Yeah, full bathroom,
shower and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of people.
That's nice.
It doesn't look like that type of vehicle that would have that stuff, but it definitely does. So yeah. Louie does just basically the camping stuff, and as you guys know, for me, I usually do camping stuff, and I do like roadside attraction stuff, just like whatever it is that that's there in front of me that day is what I usually film. So and Louie with the 5 years that Louie's been on the road, I'm sure he has a lot more knowledge and a lot more experience with that sort of stuff than I do. So if you want to check out some of Louie's videos, go check them out. As far as that goes, he just had a video that just went viral too, like the other day, because he's a smart guy, and he nails all the subject matters, and he makes good videos with it too. So I was really happy to see the other day when your video blew up, bro.
Well, thank you, I appreciate that. I had no idea it was going to blow up.
Yeah, you just don't know in those instances. You can hope and wish and dream all day long, but when reality sets in, like, you never know what's going to happen, especially with something like YouTube.
Yeah, for me it was just another video that I make every week.
Yeah, and it just, I think as soon as I saw the video pop up there, because I watch all your videos, but as soon as I saw it, like, I was like, that's fucking genius. Because by the time I saw it, I think your video had only been up like a few hours and was already blowing up. So I saw it, was like, holy crap. And then I watched it for the next several weeks, actually, a couple weeks after it. And man, it just like didn't stop. It was unrelenting, and that's really good.
It's weird how that happens.
It is very weird how it happens, but it's it couldn't happen to somebody better, in my opinion. So I'm glad that happened. And like when we were talking earlier about it, you're like, oh, it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. I don't think. I think you need to give yourself a little bit more credit than
at first that. I was telling people they must have had a glitch at YouTube,
right?
In the algorithm. Something went wrong and I benefited.
I don't think it was that at all. I think that you just need to give yourself a pat on the back for the work you're doing, because it's pretty damn good. And I know it's hard to hear people say that to you, because it is hard for me to hear people say that, but it also is satisfying, and sometimes is very needed to say stuff like that to people, just to give them a push forward.
Well, I'm just glad that people enjoyed it.
That's good. That's good.
That's all I asked for.
Right. That's all you can ever ask for is, people to watch it. And I was telling you earlier, I'm still surprised when anybody even watches my videos. So, 1 view or 1 million views is the same to me, in my opinion, just because, I would never have expected anybody to even pay any attention. So, when you do blow up like that and it keeps happening, then that should definitely tell you something,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So I'm super stoked to have Louie as my friend, and super stoked for Louie that Louie's doing good on YouTube. You know, I always wish well for my friends anyways. So, you know, we're all in this YouTube battle together in my mind. So, you know, I think that, you know, is a good thing when that happens, and I'm glad for it. So, and I got another question for you. What was your worst day of van life, do you think?
Worst day. You know, I don't have an answer to that. Sorry, but I don't. I have hard days. I have challenges.
Yeah,
but I try to embrace the challenges. And I did that in my regular life too. When I was younger, I didn't. But once I learned that challenges are good, change is good. Because that's usually what a challenge is. It means something needs to change.
Yeah, van life changes every day. And you can wake up in your day in van life and have a plan for that day.
Yeah.
And you know, 90% of the time it just doesn't go that way unless you're just not wanting to move. You know, the days that your lazy days are the ones that, you know, but you know, not every day is like that in van life.
Well, I think that's the thing. When you're living a normal life, you have a routine.
Right.
And you know what to expect every day. Of course, things do pop up, but for the most part, every day is the same. And when you're in a van, every day can be different.
Right.
You could have a challenge every day.
Would you say that you have a normal daily routine though? Like as far as like when you wake up in the morning and
that kind of routine, yeah.
Yeah.
Get up.
But as far as everything else, no.
But then the day morphs into, after I have a cup of coffee and sit and watch the sunrise or whatever, then the day is kind of up for grabs. Anything could happen.
Right.
You know?
Because anything can happen.
Yeah.
You can wake up and decide you don't want to be in that freaking state no more.
That's right.
You could wake up and decide that you want to go over here to the river. You know, like it's literally you have the freedom to choose.
That's what it is. It's the
whatever
freedom,
you want. Yeah.
But you could also wake up and find out your van doesn't start.
Yeah.
Because your battery's dead because you weren't paying attention.
Yeah. Or you can wake up
and
just
you're
like
way out in the desert.
Just like one of my videos of way out in the woods somewhere, wake up and notice that there's water coming out the back end of my van, and I have a water leak back there.
Yeah.
So that changed shit immediately. You know, you gotta leave and fix that right then. You know, so
some of it is the same as living in a house.
Right.
You know, some of the same things you have to deal with, plumbing or things like that.
Absolutely. All right, one last question for Louie. What'd you do before you did YouTube?
That's an easy one. I pretty much did one thing. I was a photographer.
That's good. And I'm sure that helps with what you're doing these days on van life videos, I'm sure.
It does somewhat, but I was a still photographer.
Right.
So I never touched video until really a year ago when I started the channel.
I was always a sound guy. I was always you know, recording bands, or recording my band, or in the recording studio with my band somewhere else. Like, so the videography thing was just nothing for me. Like, I'd never done it. I didn't have any clue, and you can obviously tell that in my first few videos. They were just, I still say they're trash, you know. But everybody's like, oh, they're not trash. They're trash.
Well, I think the difference is back when I was doing photography, you had to have specific equipment, specific lights, everything was expensive. And then ever since cameras went to the phone and everyone started being a photographer with their phone, photography got easier.
Yeah, way easier.
Yeah, so I think the transition into video is a lot simpler than it would have been back in the old days where you had to have a big old video camera.
Just because you walk around with a device in your pocket that can do every bit of it.
Can do everything.
Yeah, so it makes it a little strange.
And everything's automated, and
I don't know. I think you know, I think learning to edit and learning to do these videos has been one of the hardest things I've ever done, really. But it's also been one of the most pleasing things. One of the most, you know, I don't really enjoy standing here talking to this camera. I don't really enjoy making this guy feel awkward talking to the camera either, because we both do, you know, and we both, you know, the majority of YouTubers that you're going to come across are probably going to be, you know, have that mindset too. I mean, very rarely do you see a YouTuber that is completely comfortable in front of a camera. There are YouTubers that are, but very rarely are they.
Well, we're just people that picked up a camera. We're not trained actors or performers or...
No, you know, none of that stuff. So but the editing aspect and the creative aspect of doing that while I'm by myself and traveling, like, is like, I mean, it's therapy to me, for one. You know, it helps me put my life into perspective. Like, you know, if you know, just by watching some of the stuff that I'm making videos on, when I'm editing and rewatching them, you know, that gives me insight to, you know, more insight to everything about what I'm doing and who I am. I mean, it lets you spend a few minutes, you know, a few hours a week, like, really breaking down what you're doing in life and everything. And it's opened my mind to a lot of things, and it's really helped me, you know, really find out who I am and really move towards that in life, I think.
Yeah, I think I was saying it's like therapy. It's like self-therapy.
It is, definitely, for sure. And man, like,
wow, that's beautiful.
I mean, for that janky pizza dough job, look at that, guys.
You made that ugly dough look really pretty.
Right? I mean, I do kind of know what I'm doing. But
yeah, no, it looks great.
But yeah, so, you know, today on the video, basically what I wanted to do was, for one, I wanted to feed Louie. I wanted to break bread with Louie because Louie's one of my new friends, and I think breaking bread together is an important thing to do with people. That's how, you know, break the ice a little bit, get to know Louie a little bit more, share Louie with you guys, so you guys can go and see his channel and follow along with Louie and what Louie's doing, and yeah. And make a little bit of content for you guys, so you can see me make this pile of crap pizza look absolutely beautiful in like 5 seconds on film. And then, yeah. But, you know, I just want to say thanks, Louie, to you, because honestly, it is a little hard to meet people. It's exceptionally hard to meet other YouTubers, let alone meet other YouTubers that you actually get along with. Yeah. And Louie pushes me forward. He does the same thing, you know, that I try to do to everybody. You know, he comments on my videos. He lets me know, you know, the things he likes about those things, and he's constantly pushing me forward. So, you know, I think that Louie's a hell of a stand-up guy, and I will continue to push Louie forward as long as I can. So, I'm glad, Louie, that I met you, and I'm glad that, you know, I get to spend time with another YouTuber and hang out and talk and learn from you, and hopefully you can learn a little bit from me too. So
thank you. Yeah, I feel the same way. It's living in a van by yourself and traveling around. You don't meet a lot of people. It's not easy to meet people when you're just somewhere for a few days.
Yeah, a few days, or even if, you know, a month or two or 3 or 4. Right. You might meet some people there, but you're not making real genuine connections in those situations.
Yeah.
Really.
So it was nice to meet you, because you were living the same kind of lifestyle.
Right.
And I haven't met anybody before since I've been doing the YouTube channel like this. Right. So it really helps to be able to bounce ideas off each other.
And I think you should. I think every instance that you get to meet a YouTuber, you should.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've told you, you know, the horror stories about me meeting some YouTubers and them snubbing me. You know, that's a part of it. You know, that you're gonna have to get used to.
Which you're gonna deal with that in life anyway. So
I'm the dumb guy. You know, I'm the big dog with the small dog fucking attitude. You know what I mean? I'm the yippy big dog that wants to talk to everybody and wants to meet everybody and wants to be friends with everybody, because, you know, that's just my personality. So I bug a lot of people, and I bug a lot of people on Instagram too. But I don't care if you're a YouTuber, and if I find your content you know, watchable, like, I'm gonna engage with you. Like, that's just who I am. So,
well, you've changed the fear I had of meeting another YouTuber.
Well, I'm glad.
Because you know, to meet someone as genuine as you and as authentic as you,
I try,
and friendly as you were to me when I met you, I really appreciate that.
I really appreciate you too. So
wonderful.
So yeah, I'm gonna throw this pizza in the oven, get the flies off of it, and we're gonna bake this bad boy, and then me and Louie are gonna eat a piece of it. So we'll be right back here after this is done baking. All right, so the pizza is cooked. We had to add some lighting to the situation because we're losing light here, so hopefully y'all can see us and it doesn't look too stupid. But I'm gonna show you the pizza. This beautiful little pizza y'all saw me put together right in front of your eyes. Look how that turned out. For as thin as that dough was, crinkling the edges around it and making it like actual crust was the way to go for sure. So
Came out nice. It looks great.
it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Not too bad for a fat guy in a van. You know what I'm saying?
I hope you like it.
I'm sure I will. I like margarita pizzas. It's actually one of my favorite pizzas.
You've had margarita
Oh
pizza.
yeah. That's actually one of my favorite pizzas. Sometimes I find the most simple things are the better things in life.
So you don't, when you get a margarita pizza, you don't miss the meat?
No, I don't
Oh,
usually.
good. That's good.
I don't know, but I'm a big fan of tomato sauce. I'm a big fan of Italian food as a whole. So I mean, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So Louie is a vegan, and me watching Louie eat stuff and cook in his channel, he uses this stuff called nutritional yeast, and basically uses it as like a kind of like a cheese supplement in that, or like some sort of what is this, provolone cheese or Parmesan cheese. So I just want to show you guys here for a second the bottom of this pizza to let you know how good it looks on the bottom there. Nice and toasty brown, nice and done. I mean, it's obviously a thin pizza, so it's gonna droop a little bit, but you know how much of a pizza snob that I am anyway. So go ahead and grab yourself a piece there,
Oh
Louie.
man, I'm ready. Thank you. Thank you, Chef.
You're welcome. Now I'm gonna add some Parmesan and some nutritional yeast and some red pepper flakes. So normally I'll sit here and I'll eat the food that I cook, and then I'll say some stuff about it. But I'm not gonna put Louie on the spot. Either he's gonna like it or he's not gonna like it. But I am gonna try this nutritional yeast on camera and let you know what I think of it. I'm not gonna overdo it. I just want to put a little on there. And some red pepper flakes. I guess you don't have to take the damn lid off, do you?
No, I had them set.
Yeah. But I want to try the nutritional yeast stuff. So
Very good. Nice.
oil.
Mm.
And that nutritional yeast tastes just
You
like
taste
cheese.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheesy.
Huh.
Mm. Yeah, that is cooked good. You did well. Very good.
I'm really adamant about that. If you don't pay attention to that oven in there, it'll get you.
Well, good thing I didn't talk your ear off.
It'll get you if you're cooking sometimes.
That's very good.
Well, I just want to thank Louie again for spending some time with us and letting us get to know Louie a little bit here on my channel. And I really appreciate all the good words and kind words you always have for me in my videos, and I appreciate that sort of thing, and I think that we should all be doing that and pushing each other forward for sure.
Thank you, Fubais. Well said.
So yeah, if you like my kind of content here, go check out Louie's content. Louie in the Van. Is that right? Louie in the Van?
Louie and the Van.
And the Van. Louie and the Van. I said that right the first time. I know I did. So go check out his channel, Louie in the Van. And I'm sure you'll love his content if you like mine for sure. So yeah, if you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, come back and see us, share with a friend. There's gonna be more content like this in the future, and Louie and I will catch you on the next adventure.